just about time to daven Mariv. We all get very excited. We on Simchas Torah we say a pasuk from Ha'int Kesedra, Ata Hareisa Ladas, Ki Hashem Elokim Einod Milvadoi. That you were shown, that you should know that the Rebbeinu Shalom, he is the Rebbeinu Shalom. There's nothing else but Him, nothing else. And how were we shown that? We know the pasuk right before it really tells us that. It says, Shalom Elo Yomim Rishonim. Please ask, what happened in the old days? From the time when Adam Rishon was made. Did anything like this ever happen? Or you even hear of such a thing? The whole nation should hear God speak like you did. Vayechi, and live. And there was a younger man in Yerushalayim, Leib Kellerman. Rabbi Kellerman, he said he studied all the religions of the world. And he never found any other religion that made such a claim. Meaning this one will say, there was one guy all alone, he was up on a mountain, he was in a cave, he heard this, he heard that, he could take it or leave it. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But no one else made a claim that the whole nation heard God and lived. He said there was one, they claimed, a whole nation, they heard something, but they all died. So even the pasuk says, Vayechi, it was typhus, the Rebbeinu Shalom knew that the Ovdei V'Nisara would make such a claim that the people died, but not that they could live. And you can't get away with making up a story like that. If I would go and say in the middle of the Super Bowl, something big like that happened, and you saw it yourself, and it didn't happen, no one would believe such a thing. And until, 150 years ago, everybody in the world believed the Rebbeinu Shalom spoke at Har Sinai. We know, Atareitz Ladas, it's that, and that's what the Rambam says, that the first mitzvah is das, is to know that the Rebbeinu Shalom exists, not that to believe. It's not just a belief. It's not just a religious belief. It's a plain, simple truth. It's a historical truth. There were more people at Har Sinai who heard the Rebbeinu Shalom say the Anei Hashem Elokecha than there were whoever saw George Washington in his life. You believe there was a person, George Washington, was the first president under the Constitution of the United States? It's a much greater historical truth that the Rebbeinu Shalom spoke at Har Sinai. All right, that's all well and good back then, but what about for us now? Where can we see it? That you have a devekus to Rebbeinu, that we're still alive and we're still here. We all know the famous story they tell of different kings, whether it was the Habsburgs in Austria-Hungary or other. They asked some Galach, what's the proof that there's a Beshefer of the Welt? And they said, look, the Jews are still around after all these years. That's the proof that our very existence is a testimony to the existence of the Kodesh Baruch Hu. And that should give us a tremendous Nachamu that we're here by Shabbos Nachamu. It's a big shiloh. What's Epis? We just had a Tisha B'Av, and all of a sudden it's Shabbos Nachamu, and everybody's celebrating. It's Shabbos Nachamu. It's Taka Nachamu. Because when we see things like that the Rebbeinu Shalom is with us in Golus, that we still exist after all that, that's a tremendous nechama. The Zohar Kodesh says that when the Yidden were taken to Golus Bavel, and Al Naras Bavel Shemishavna Bechinu, we suffered so much, and Ezekiel and Navi went to Tovel Zich in the mikveh by Nahar Kvar, and he saw the Ma'aseh Merkava, and the Zohar Kodesh asked, why was he Megala so much? The deepest secrets of the world, he's Megala there in the first parak of Sefer Ezekiel, and he said it had to be because the Yiddish kinder, they were so tzibrochen, they thought they saw all these other, they saw the Shvatim were gone, they saw other nations were taken to Gullus and they don't exist anymore, and they said that's it, the Rebbeinu Shalom, he abandoned us. And Ezekiel saw this Mara HaGadol, and he said no. With the Rebbeinu Shalom, the Zohar Kodesh says, the Rebbeinu Shalom said to all the Malachim, what are you guys doing here? My children, Banaya, Huvai, Chavivai, they're in Golus and Bavel, you should go be with them. And I'm going to come too. That's why it says, L'manchem shalachti Bavel, for your sake I was sent to Bavel. Not that I sent you to Bavel, I was sent to Bavel. Kivyochel, that the Shechina, Gola Bavel, Shechina Mayim, it says in the Gemara. And so when Ezekiel Navi saw this, he told the Yiddish kinder, don't forgive, don't give up, don't be meyayish. The Rebbeinu Shalom's here with us, all the malachim, all the merkavas, everything's here. They said, we don't believe you. He said, all right, I have to tell. So I have to give you all the details. And then once he gave the details, then they had the Nachamu. So Zel Bazach, you know, the Nefesh Chaim says there's tremendous koyach in that pasuk of Atareis Ladas. Keshem L'Kima Einoid Mulvadoi. That those words Einoid Mulvadoi. So the Maisa by Brisker of how did he survive to escape the Nazis and to come to Yerushalayim Kodesh? And he said that when they got to the border, he told all his mishpacha they were hiding in some car or something, a truck, something. He said, "B'mechaven einoid mulvadei, will survive." So then the border guard they saw there were people there. So he went to go get his the commandant. And Brisker said, one of you isn't being mechav enough. You have to have all your kavana, einoid mulvadei. There's nothing else with the B'nai Shalom. Concentrate on that with all your heart, all your soul, all your might. Your life depends on it. And they did, and they were invisible. They disappeared. The Nazis, they didn't see the Eden there. And that's how they're able to survive. And so it's the same Nachamu we have. B'nai Shalom is with us. Don't give up hope. Don't be miyayish. Things might look difficult. Things might look dark. But the B'nai Shalom is Alam Aldu, and He's with us. He loves us. We're still B'nai Huvai Chavivai, and Yasvin Yisrael. We know the song goes from the Chazon Ish. V'askim v'simchas Torah. You know, we forget about everything else. So we should be zoichetake to that B'atareis Ladas, that we should know Einmod Mulvadei, and in that way we should be among V'atem Adveikim B'Hashem Elkeichem Chaim Kulchem Hayom. We should be lebedik, and we should have an echte Nachamu of Shabbos Nachamu. Amen.